Hi guys, and welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. This reading will be for Libra. The message may or may not resonate. If it does, great. If it doesn't, you might want to check other parts of your sign. I'm sorry, I had to set my intentions, guys. All right. If it does, great. If it doesn't resonate, check your other signs in your birth chart that may resonate more. Also, I am doing free readings. If you reach out to me for a free reading through Instagram, which is fine, yeah, you can hit me up for a free reading, no problem. However, you might want to go to the free readings video to read the rules as far as that goes. I don't see any reason for any delay, so Libra, let's get into it. Give me just a second to figure out where my vibration is. I do feel a vibration in my heart. I feel the love in my heart. Oh my gosh. The sun is over here like really trying to get in through my blinds and it is shining on me. And you guys, like, I just felt God give me a hug. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you, God. Wow. Woo. Thank you. I had a download earlier. It was so like, oh my gosh. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. All right. Something with this card. Wisdom. King of Swords. And the Three of, okay. And the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So you guys know pretty much how I run this down. I won't clarify unless if I need to go into something. But right now I feel, Libra, that you are being wise. And you're listening to what Spirit is telling you. You're being wise about something. Also, because you have the King of Swords, Libra, which is actually very interesting because that is the element that represents you, which is air sign. Air is represented by the swords. You are the King of Swords. That is completely your energy. However, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, you're not, financially there may be something going on. You're not going to be building anything new. So because, and the overall energy is tradition. So I think you could also be dealing emotionally with a couple of people. But let's go ahead to understand what this has to do financially with you. Libra, what is going on with the Three of Pentacles in reverse? Please explain to me the Three of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so we got the Ten of Wands, which to me, the Ten of Wands, to me, kind of represents like a destruction. So almost like the tearing of something down. The starting over, like starting anew. Um, having to rethink what it was that you were trying to build. Maybe that's why financially there's no movement on something, because you may have overcommitted to a situation, possibly a job, duties, anything like that, but something wasn't established correctly. That's why. And the reason is because you move more in a traditional manner. So that would be some of it. Yeah, the Seven of Coins, you're not going to see any growth financially because there was an overextension. Also, this has to do with how you may have planted that seed. So because it was not done spiritually, this, whatever it was that you were trying to build, wasn't motivated by spirit. That, excuse me, my voice, it's really difficult for money to grow when you are building it upon a foundation that is not spiritually blessed or based. Okay? That's why this confusion, this not being able to move forward financially with something, because it wasn't set in spirit. And so financially it's struggling to grow. What's interesting is that you have the Lovers in the upright. So I think, like, emotionally, you may have a very good relation. You may be in a relationship, or this could also have to do with self-love. Spiritually, you may be coming to a place where I think maybe you understand this. Wow. And then we also have the Devil card that popped out in the upright. So it may be a situation that you are actually financially bound to. It wasn't done spiritually, so it was having a really hard time growing. The problem is, it is something that you actually really love, something that you are very passionate about, but you are driven by the devil in a certain aspect. And I'm not saying this being driven by the devil in a bad way. I'm just saying that there is it's like, maybe this is maybe kind of going a little bit too deep. Maybe you kind of get off on that imbalance, but you are going to have to be honest with yourself, because you could be obsessed with that situation, and you're going to have to, spirit is going to have to really overweigh what is in the shadows. That's what's in the shadows, actually, and that's actually the spirit of the devil, is to keep you bound. He always wants to keep you destined for, if you stick with God, you're destined for greatness. But if you running with the devil, he will make it a point to, really run you into the ground. That there's a thing in the Bible where they're talking about hell, and just that the breaking of bones and the gnashing of teeth. That energy is coming in like really strong. Your overall energy is tradition. So in order for this to be correct financially, or in order to build a platform for whatever income you are trying to pull in, you're going to have to stay prayed up. and not get overshadowed by what it is that you're wanting, because in the end, what are you actually doing this for? That's why tradition is in the upright, because Spirit is telling you to be wise, to be rational, because the King of Swords is very rational. He's very logical. He is a no frills kind of guy. He is a protector, okay? But you don't want to be, it doesn't make sense to protect something that isn't built on a solid foundation. And that's where this can get really misconstrued, because sometimes what happens is, King, you will get in your head and you will overthink a situation that shouldn't have you so much thinking, because if you had just approached it, the whole thing from a traditional route, there wouldn't be lessons that you have to learn. On top of that, you wouldn't be bound to a situation that may not even pan out for you in the end. And, it's just, you being real with yourself, because the devil will go away. He does go away if you are real and honest with yourself. And that's just bringing some of those things and those fears to the forefront of who you are as a person. You don't have to tell anybody, but just having those open conversations with yourself. Well, my motivation was money. You know what I'm saying? Or my motivation wasn't in the right place. But I think spiritually, because you're a very passionate person about a lot of things that you do, that is why you have the Lovers, because I think that you are very strong and passionate about what you do. You could be very spiritual, but the devil sometimes has a tendency to kind of cloud our judgment. But I believe that this is not necessarily the case, but it may be that you need to go the traditional route in whatever it is that you're trying to establish. That's what I want to say. Oh my gosh, took me so long. Wow. And your overall energy is the Empress. And what's so interesting and beautiful about this reading is that it's very concise. So what you, as the Empress being the overall energy, the Empress does do things with tradition. You are carrying this energy of the Empress, because guess what? It's coming from the heart. There is something that is coming from the heart. You are offering this from the heart, and at the end, you'll send the devil scampering away. That's really what this is about. So again, Libra, whatever it is that you are into, or you're doing, or you're pursuing, you definitely want to go the traditional route with that. Make sure that you are focused in your wisdom. Ask God. I think you have a very close connection with God, but just make sure that you listen to what it is that He's telling you. So that way, what you're doing spiritually will resonate in your heart and keep you really grounded and focused, and being logical about the foundation which you are actually building this capital or your money on. Wow. I just broke that down. It's so cool. All right. Let's go ahead and get the path of wisdom. I feel strongly about the path of wisdom right now. But I feel like that is the path. I told you what the path was. Okay, so these popped out. Mother of Air. So yes, this is you walking away and being led by Spirit. You can tell because she's very, very focused. She's like not by the village. She's walking away, and she's, you know, she's got the eagle looking out for her, the hawk, and she's being led by spirit. What's interesting is this is not this light that you see, you guys. This is actually the reflection of the sun. So, you know, I would take that as God really showing you favor, because currently He is shining on my hands. Ace of Fire. Ace of Fire actually represents a new beginning, but within yourself, because it's in the reverse. So this is something that's going on within you. And like I stated before, I believe that you're very passionate about what it is financially that you're trying to achieve. You just need to rebuild the foundation. And 7, this is exactly what I just said. Excess. 7 of water. So this is very interesting, because where you thought that you might have needed all of these cups of water, all these bowls of water, in actuality, all you needed was these 2. This could also represent a relationship with the lovers coming in. Also, that's kind of what I'm getting from this too. But I want you Libras, to stay really focused and make sure that you're approaching everything actually that you're doing in a very traditional manner. And the reason that tradition is important is because we understand that over time, this is actually how things work. If you do things in a traditional manner, like step 1, step 2, follow the directions, you know, listen, there is a lot of wealth within tradition. So just understand that too. And that may build your solid foundation. Wow, and shaman. So there is somebody or something that is really, or even God, not just God, but with the shaman is definitely looking out for you, Libra. This is interesting. I don't pull this card very often, but with the number 5 right there, 5 also represents change, and the wolf means that there is something that's coming out from the shadows into the light. The totem pole is represented in the back, and actually the totem is what they would build in order to keep the evil spirits away. And that's very interesting because the devil came out. So what the shaman is doing is, or what maybe angels and spirits are doing that are around you, things that you can't even see, they are actually protecting you. They are protecting you, Libra. That's why you got the shaman, because right now you are being heavily protected, because we don't want him to come in. This is interesting because this card actually popped out on its own. I wasn't going to lay it down, but I went ahead and did it anyway. But I feel very confidently. Just really stay prayed up, guys, and just focus. And if you don't know the traditional manner of something, Google it. How do you traditionally, go into a relationship? How do you traditionally build wealth? And if you Google those things, I'm telling you, somewhere in some of those articles, you're going to find something that really resonates with you, and you're going to be able to apply that to your life. This is a very, very beautiful reading. Let's go ahead. We got to get some angel cards out of this. I mean, right now, I'm telling you, oh my gosh, I'm getting the cold chills. I'm getting love. Let's see. Caring. Wow. This is very interesting. So, to me, Libra, I think that you are you're a caring person, but your attitude needs to be more about caring. And this is interesting because I also pulled out self-love. So if you are struggling right now, learning to care about yourself is self-love. And that would be the traditional manner in order to establish a really good love relationship or any finances. That knocks this old devil right out the box, and just being honest with yourself. Wow. And this comes across as staying focused. And I want you to understand, Libra, that again, with the sun just randomly shining on this is really a telltale sign that God is showing you favor. I don't have my blinds open, you guys. They're actually as closed shut as they possibly can be. But because I feel like right now that this is Spirit telling you that, you really need to listen to this message. This is Him giving me the message and just letting you know that you need to stay caring about yourself and about others, self-love, staying focused, and everything that you want will come. Wow. This is a beautiful reading, Libra. I will end it right here. I'm not going any further with this. I love you guys. Namaste. And I really enjoyed this reading that I have just done for you guys. This is a beautiful reading. And you all have a beautiful, wonderful day, week, year, years, decade, millennium, however far this goes. Don't forget that I talked about this when you move on in your life. Love you guys. Bye-bye.